Hi, I'm Ashley Bannerman, and these are my 5 tips to level up and become an actress. Get some representation. Now, in order to have the best chance of getting some really good quality paid work, you really want to get yourself an agent. And an agent is someone that really works on your behalf to get you in the right rooms and get you in front of those casting directors. One thing you'll need if you're trying to get an agent is definitely some headshots and a good show reel, which can really sort of display how you look and your acting talent. A lot of people really just send emails out to agents. It can be a bit hit and miss. You can often kind of find an agency's email online, and a little tip for you is if you know the name of the agents that are at the agency, then usually it's just their name at whatever particular talentagency.com with regards to an email. So just go for it, kind of start sending emails out, and make sure when you're sending the emails of your headshots and show reels that you're really highlighting what's unique about you, whether it's in the show reel itself, like for example, if you can speak other languages and you can act in other languages, then that's a really good thing to display, or you have like a really specific skill like horse riding or something. Definitely kind of get it all in there in the email and in the show reel, because you never know what would have landed on their desk that morning. They might have had a breakdown for a 6'4" black guy who can speak Yoruba and rides a horse, and if that's on your show reel and you're on your CV, then you can send it, and you might have just bagged yourself a callback. So really go for it. It is a bit hit and miss, but it's always worth a try to contact these agencies and try and get yourself some representation. Learn the craft. Now, I know that most people who want to become actors obviously possess natural talent and ability in front of the camera or on stage, but being able to train and learn technique is a super important skill to have. You really want to get as much theory and grounding as you can as an actor. You really want to understand what it takes to kind of get into character and attack the character and get into your role. So by doing some training, that's really going to help you to do that. Now, don't be deterred if you haven't gone down a traditional route of a drama school, doing a 3-year acting degree. I definitely didn't. I went and did a part-time drama school, which were like evening classes and weekend classes, and that was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, to be around so many different actors who are really all going for the same thing. I actually went to a place called Identity Drama School, which was great. Identity has actually birthed some of the best actors in this country, some of the best black talent in this country, like John Boyega, who you know from Star Wars, Letitia Wright from Black Panther, and Malachi Kirby, who was Kunta Kinte in Roots. All of these people went to Identity. This is a part-time drama school, so don't feel like because you haven't had that traditional training that it's all over for you. It's not. As long as you've got that natural talent and ability, and you want to go somewhere and nurture it, just go and find the right places to do that. There's lots of workshops, even during this pandemic. You can do lots of workshops online, on Zoom, etc. So get Googling, have a look, go and see kind of what's out there with regards to workshops and classes, and go for it. Create your own content. A lot of actors do say that it's like super difficult when they're starting out to kind of get an agent because they don't have footage for a show reel. But let me tell you, I think we live in an age now, we've got phones, cameras, things at our fingertips that we can really create things. My word of advice would be don't go crazy spending hundreds or thousands of pounds on a camera. Invest in some good lighting and like a microphone, and grab a mate, use your iPhone, film some scenes. Most cameras on iPhones at the moment are really good quality, so you can actually get some really decent quality footage for a show reel when you're just starting out. And when you're just starting out, your show reel doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be top notch. It just needs to display your acting talent. That's what the agents want to see, that's what casting directors want to see. Don't be deterred if you don't have the equipment. I'm telling you now, if you've got the drive, you've got the passion, and if you've got people around you who are also trying to create something, then you can make amazing, amazing things. I was once in this web series called Brothers No Game, and I can tell you now, it was guerrilla style shooting. Like, we would jumping on buses and filming a scene, running down the street, filming till 12 a.m. When people want to create something, they will create it. And Brothers No Game has done great. It's been sold around the world. The content's been sold around the world, and that's because people came together. They made something that they had a passion and a love for. And it showed, and people really took to it. So don't be deterred if you don't have all the stuff. You can create amazing things from your phone, and yeah, it can really work for you. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Look, I can tell you, it was super scary for me to get into acting because I did it in a non-traditional way. I was, working full time, and I was changing my career effectively. And if I hadn't have taken that plunge, though, I wouldn't have experienced all the amazing things that I've experienced now. I just remember when I was back feeling miserable that I knew I wasn't really living out my purpose. I wasn't living out my passions. I wasn't enjoying life the way that I knew I could. And I think it's really important to just make sure that you follow that drive and that passion that you have within you. It's not there for no reason. It's there for a reason. It's not going to disappear. My advice is make sure you have people around you that are lifting you up, that are breathing life into your plans and into your passions. Don't allow people to steal your fear and joy with their fears and their negativity. I remember seeing this talk by Brene Brown, I think, and she speaks about people being in the cheap seats, which is, the seats way up in the rafters, looking down on people who are trying to go for things and follow their dreams and their passions, and they are so loud, and they're, talking people down and saying, why are you doing that? You could never do this, it's not for you. And actually, you have no business taking advice from people who are not following their own passions and dreams. Take advice from people that you trust, take advice from people that you respect and inspire you. It's gonna be really scary to kind of change direction if that's what you're planning to do, but it's absolutely fine. I've done it, I know you can do it. So yeah, feel the fear and do it anyway. Do your research. Now, I know that acting is a creative industry, but doing your research and finding out what it takes to get to where you're going can really help you along the way on the journey. I remember when I first realized I wanted to get into acting on a professional level, and I was actually at work. I was working as a research assistant, inputting some super boring data into a computer, and I was just like, what am I doing with my life here? I'm not doing what I want to do. I'm not following my passions, my dreams. And I remember thinking, how can I start on this journey? What do I need to get going? And I realized I needed to speak to people who knew more than me about it. And I remember sending from my work computer during work on my lunch break, I was like, okay, I'm gonna send an email to my old drama teacher, my A-level drama teacher, a girl that I knew had gone to drama school. And then I also sent an email to a guy that I knew whose brother was in EastEnders at the time. And now when I think about it, it feels like this was probably a super random email for them to receive. But I just said to them, look, guys, I really want to get back into acting. And honestly, it was one of the most invaluable experiences of my life, sending those emails. As sort of daunting as it was at the time, it gave me kind of the initial sort of plan and drive that I needed to kind of get going on the journey. So definitely reach out to people that you know that are in the industry who can help you, but also research some of your favorite actors. Look up what they did. How did they start out in this game? Were they starting out on TV? films, commercials. What was it that they did to get to where they're going? You know, where did they train? Who are the acting coaches that they worked with? All of that information is usually out there. So do your research, you know, get onto Google, contact the people that you know, and get a bit of a plan in place. Not too much of a plan that you don't move forward, but definitely have some milestones that you want to hit, and definitely get the advice that can really start you out on this journey.